Okay, so let's take a look at the last two links now. We've got the internal or the relative. We've got what we refer to as an external or absolute path link, going to either Green Star in Poland or CNN or the, where do we go with the Chinese economic news? Is that what it was?
Yes.
Chinese economic news or wherever it is that we end up going. All right? The most important thing is that it actually took us somewhere other than where we are, which is good. So the other link that we're going to look at right now that you see on here multiple times is for email. We want to email a particular person, all right? And as I said, all this really does is just brings up whatever your default email program is on your particular phone or tablet or computer, whatever you use. All right? There are two magic words that you need to use, and that's it. Really, really simple. So everybody come up here to where it says email Elaine at elaine@greenstart.org. Can you see that? I want you to highlight Elaine at greenstart.org. Okay? Highlight Elaine at greenstart.org and copy it. That's the way we don't have to type it again. All right? And then with your cursor still over it, go to your Properties Inspector. In your Properties Inspector where your link window is. Okay, everybody see where your link window is? I want you to type the words mail to, M-A-I-L-T-O, all right, colon, paste. The word paste, just paste the content. Okay? Mail to, M-A-I-L-T-O, colon. Yep, now right there type in mail to, type in M-A-I-L-T-O, colon, and then paste that information in there. And you should have something that looks like this. And that's the way it should look. Okay? Mine didn't do what? What did yours do? Watch what you. Oh, you just got rid of it there too. Yep. This is an email link. This is all you gotta do. Alright? Mail to aspect of it basically just populates whatever the individual predicates, executes the individual program, whatever somebody is using for their mail. Right? So hence when you would click on this, the window would come up and it would say, it doesn't necessarily work with like Hotmail or any of those. They have to be, an actual program running on the computer, right? Everybody knows there's two different types of email. There's web-based and there's program-based, or stuff that is on your computer and stuff that we just use out there. Okay? So anyway, so this is what we do. Mail to elaine@greenstart.org. And now I'm going to hit Command S and save it. I am going to preview in Firefox. And when I preview in Firefox, two things I want to show you when you preview in Firefox. Number one, you can see that you get the finger, okay, which means that it's a link. And down at the bottom of your bottom right-hand corner, bottom left-hand corner, as you guys look at it, bottom right-hand corner up here, you can see that it says mail to and then has that email address. If I was to click on this or select it, you will notice that my mail program is now popping up. Okay? Last time you opened mail, it was forced to quit while reopening. That's because I don't use it. Alright? So technically, just so you know that this is trying to open up the email program that comes with an app. I don't use it because it's junk. Let's see that. sorry, please retract that. It's not necessarily, I don't like computer-based email programs. I don't like Microsoft Outlook. I don't like whatever it is they have now. I just don't like them. Anyway, so, it's trying to open it up. All right? And if I was to click reopen, then it's going to say, hey, you don't have a pro, you don't have an email address in there because you never set it up. And I said, yeah, I know. And so, anyway. So there we go. So I'm going to say don't reopen. And there you go. Yay, all right, all that junk. So there we go. Control. And quit. There we go, and we're done. All right, but that's what it does. So if you have Microsoft Outlook, it pop up Microsoft Outlook. That's it. But all of your web-based stuff does not. You just have to copy and paste that particular, same way that you do it all the other times. So you just go ahead and put that in. All right? That's all you got to do for an email link. 2 words. What are those 2 words? Mail to. Mail to. That's all you got to do. Mail to a colon. And then you can send an email. Okay? Awesome. Real good stuff. Okay, so that takes care of an email link. The other link we wanted to look at is basically what we like to refer to as an internal link, right? Or an anchor tag. Anchor tag being something that actually is inside of the actual same document. All right, so point being is this. We open up this document. Oh, sorry, wrong document. Let me close that. We open up this document here, and we've got a lot of information, okay? We've got information systems, research development, transportation analysis, education events, association management, all right? Okay, now, say by chance this page was doubled in size, in length, okay? So as opposed to having like 5 individual sections or whatever we have, say we have 15 or 20 or whatever, it's a lot, right? But if you go like scroll, it's all lazy we've got in life. We can't even scroll, it's too much work. So what we do is we make it easy for people, okay? So what we would do is we would set up something along the lines of a table of contents. That table of contents would have hyperlinks. Those hyperlinks would go to sections within the page, okay? For that to be able to work, we need to set up those individual, not only sections, but also those individual links, all right? Okay, so, and I bet you, I guarantee you they changed this. I know for a fact they did. Now, just as I started to discuss it, they did. All right, give me 5 seconds. I just remembered that. This is going to give us the ability to jump to a specific part on a page. All right, here we go. Gotta close that. Yeah, but that's not. Okay, this is actually, okay, I'm going to leave this up. This is what we want. Because what we're going to need to do okay. We're going to go down to, hold 1 second. I gotta keep jumping. I gotta jump back and forth through the whole thing. I'm getting it to there we go. That's the guy that we want. Okay. All right. Here's where it goes. Okay. See, it used to be you could just go out, and this is a while back, but they didn't deprecate the tag. They just took it out. Okay. And when I say that, I mean that they just took it out of Germany right now. A lot of people did. Okay. This is an anchor tag, and I don't know how well you can see this right here. I'm going to move my cursor. Okay, anchor tags are what we're going to use to jump between sections of one document. You're inside a document. Okay, anchor tags have to have a name. Every anchor tag has its own unique individual name, whatever that would be. Okay, so if you take a look, you will see that this thing's got a little anchor. It looks just like an anchor. Okay, the code that coincides with that is this. Okay, and that is a name equals, and then inside of parentheses, whatever that name would be. Okay? We use the word anchor right now because we're working on an anchor tag. Okay? So, and then we close that with a closing, a reference or anchor tag. Okay? So the way it works out is, I'll blow this up so you can see it. So I should be able to blow it up. I can't see a thing. There we go. Well, it doesn't necessarily blow the code up, does it? Yeah, code doesn't look any bigger. Sorry. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. Sorry, I'll put this on a. Just so you can see it. Come on. This guy's tired. Towards the end of the semester, this laptop gets tired, needs some rest. All right, there you go. Here's the code that we want. So everybody, I want you to do this. Okay? Anywhere inside your code view that is close to the information to the word information systems. You see where the information systems is over here on the right hand side. Anywhere that is close. What is that? Did might be. Don't need that. Look at that. Okay, anywhere that is close. Type this. Where'd it go? Sorry. Did I close it? Where'd it go? I just dropped it down. There we go. Type that right there. Sorry, I lost the width on that. I got 17 with it all in the back. Here's what you want. Okay? So somewhere, like right in front of where it says information systems right there. Okay? Yep. Click your cursor. And now go over here. And just outside of it, right before that, make sure it goes before the heading 2 tag. Okay? So make sure before the opening heading 2 tag. So just click right here. Right there. Let's go up one, right there. Okay, and right there I want you to type this. Okay, what is that? That's a less than sign, left caret. A space name equals, parenthesis, or not, quote, thank you very much, sorry, you're welcome. quote, anchor, close quote. That is gradient symbol. No, you don't need that div tag. Take that div tag out. Yeah, that div tag's not there. Thank you for pointing that out. Do not need that whatsoever. Sorry. I took out the front one. I forgot the second. Thank you very much. So just type this in, okay? And once that's done, yep, you're good. And then just then put the greater than sign, or the less than sign, slash A. And that, close it up.
Show up on the other side.
Doesn't show up on what other side?
The other support.
How do you know? Oh, you got a plus sign. It's supposed to be an equal sign. Just take the plus sign out, the equal sign. All right? As soon as you type that in, and you come over to the other side, you'll see something that looks like this. Okay? You should then see an anchor. Everybody see an anchor? Yep. Has everybody got that anchor? Okay. That anchor is named anchor. Okay? You got it? Good? Okay, yeah, look over here. Click out a live view. And there you go. You don't see your anchor and everything looks right, make sure you have a live view. Okay, so there you go. So now we got anchor. Alright? This, can you see where this little guy is? This is called, that's called, his name is anchor. Alright? That's his name. Okay? Alright? He is an anchor tag. We're weighing anchor there. Okay? So now what we're going to do is we're going to set where the link is going to come from. So if we go back up to the top, everybody scroll back up to the top. And if we go all the way back up to the top, now I can close this out and get back to some sort of an semblance with my viewing here. Okay. We go all the way back up to the top. Here's what I want you to do. Okay? Let's go to where it says, after where it says let's go green star, it doesn't really necessarily matter. Anywhere on this particular, anywhere close to the top right here. Okay? What I want you to do is I want you to just type in, what was that, information systems? Is that what it was? Is that what that heading was? Yeah, information systems. So type in information systems. Okay? That's all I want you to do. Information systems. Type it in. Then I want you to highlight it. And we're going to link it. And we're going to link it to that particular tag that we just created. So highlight it. Go to Window, Properties. From your Properties Inspector, right here where it says Link, we are now going to link to this particular section, or down to the bottom, right, to where that information systems heading is, right? That's what we're going to do. How do we do that? Anybody know? What are we supposed to type in? Does anybody know what we're supposed to type in? Nope. Well, yeah, yes and no. But what do we type? Hashtag anchor. Hashtag anchor. Hashtag simply meaning that we're going to stay in the same document. It's a, and then the word anchor, because anchor is what we named it. Okay? So if we type in hashtag anchor and hit Command S and save it, in a perfect world, we click hashtag anchor and then select information systems up at the top, where does it take us? It takes us down to the bottom. It doesn't take us directly there, but it gets us kind of close at least. There's always been some sort of an issue with the way that, you know, you're controlling how far down the page it goes and so forth and so on. One of the other tools that has been used in the past is linking directly to IDs and or, you know, like you can give a div tag an ID and link directly to that particular ID. But we just basically will do this the easy way to set the actual anchor tag. All right? Now, you can set these as many times as you need. The other thing you can do is this. And let's see if this works. What's the close this tab? What's the name of this page? Profiles, right? Let's go into bullet. Go into bullet for me, please. And on our bullet page, open up your bullet.html. On your bullet page, it says home right at the top. Right? It says at home. Yeah. Click on contact us is what you're set or okay, highlight contact us. Yep. All right. And go here and type in yep, in the link, type in the hashtag and anchor. And that will take you to the information system. Did you set the anchor already at the bottom? Yeah. Okay, yep. Type in hashtag anchor. For those of you else, open up another document, any document, doesn't matter. Any document looks like. I said bullets, open up bullets. At the bullets, at the top, bullet says at home, right? Highlight at home. All right, here's what I want you to, okay, do that, good, yeah, so that's your, now save it, just click anywhere else. Click anywhere else here in the document, you're good. Hit Command S, save it, try that, just make sure. Yes, there you go. So now just preview the browser. Good, perfect. That just selects that. All right, now click on Contact Us. And there you go. Took you down information system, right? Okay, so now open up, what do we call it? Bullets. Bullets. Here's what I want you to do. Highlight at home. Open up your properties inspector. And when you open up your properties inspector, I want you to use your browse for file. Which your browse for file is that folder on the far right hand side. Select that. And I want you to find the, what page were we just working on? Profiles? I want you to find the profiles page. So select profiles. Okay. So then your properties inspector for your link will look something like this. It'll say profiles.html, right? Everybody got it? Say profiles.html. What I want you to do now is I want you to type in hashtag anchor. Okay, so after the HTML, so it's going to say profiles.html hashtag anchor. Right? So type that in. Okay. Profiles.html hashtag anchor. Okay, click outside, save it, and preview it in browser. See where it takes you. You're going to type in, find your profiles page. Okay, so you have to highlight it. Actually, use your browser file. Right there you go, perfect. Yep. And find your individual profiles page. Yeah, that's fine. Do you have a Yeah, actually, where did you just put the anchor tag? You just put it. What page? Because we're going to link to that. Okay. Open up the contact us. Hit cancel. Please. Thank you so much. Open up cancel. Scroll down. Okay. Connect to that page. Okay. So connect to the contact us that HTML. So now when we select and link on this and select home, where does it take us? Directly to the page, directly to the anchor tag. So we can not only direct people to an individual document, we can direct them to a section within the document. That is an anchor tag. All right? You see this a lot throughout the web, moving you up and down an individual document. One of the things that you always see generally in reverse is what we call the return to top, right? And the return to top is nothing more than the reverse of an anchor tag, where the anchor is actually at the top, called top, or TOC, right? And then all other return to tops are linked back.
So if you had a ginormous page.
If you had a ginormous
And
page,
you want more than one anchor in it, you've got a couple.
you can put as many anchors in it as you would like.
So how does the link know which one to go to?
You name each individual anchor differently. See, no, well, however you would like to do that. It's an excellent question. This anchor here that we created on profile, that is right here, is called anchor. Okay? I could copy and paste this text 100 places throughout this individual document, and the only thing I would ever have to change is what? Is anchor. That is correct. I would change that to, whatever else it referred to. Okay? Technically, I would name this particular anchor, information or information systems. If I was putting another one here, right there, I'd call it transportation. If I was putting another one here, I might call it education. If I was putting another one there, I'd call it association. Something along those lines. I always try to name it whatever's the next text right directly next to it, or heading or something along those lines. That way it just keeps it nice and simple for me. But that is how you can direct people directly to what they're looking for, and they don't have to read any of that ever so cumbersome ancillary text. So, those are called anchor texts. You can use as many times as you want. Can be linked throughout the document, or it can be linked from anywhere else to that specific point in a specific document. It's actually a very, very good tool to drive people exactly where they want to go, saving them time, hence making you look like you know what you're doing. Because that's really what it's all about. Okay? Because nobody likes to click, 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 click. Everything should be right there. That's where I want to go. That's what I want. Send me there. That's it. I don't want to read the whole newspaper. I just want to read that one article in section 6 or page 6. So there you go. That's how we do it. It's called an anchor tag. So we've talked about all the links that we use. We use an internal, which is going to move us from page to page, relative link. We use an external, or basically like we refer to an absolute path link, which is going to take us from our site to any other place on the web that's out there. Okay? Whether it's my buddy's page, whether it's my mom's Facebook page, whatever it is, that's how we do it. Okay? It's an absolute file path. http://www.whatever. Okay? Next, email link. Okay, the only thing we need to remember with the email link are 2 words. Mail to. Bang. It'll automatically populate whatever the individual program is that somebody is using. Okay? Like I said, so many people use computer-based, email now, and so much of it's web-based that sometimes works, sometimes not. Okay? And the last one, as we just saw, your anchor tag. Okay? All right. Awesome. That's good stuff. Any questions about links? The only trick you're ever going to have working with links is actually the file path. But that really actually is the whole, it's the whole thrust of the thing is the file path. I suggest you do this. I suggest that when you work with links, that you work off of the browse for the file all the time. Browse for the file. Go find the file, connect to it. One of the cool things about Dreamweaver is this, though. Okay? After working for a while, and if you're creating these links to go places, underneath your link window, it will remember, as you can see, the links that were recently used. So if you are creating multiple links off of you've got multiple links that are going to the same place, those links are here. Okay, so you can always link underneath there. You can always take a look. And that actually is a big tool that I use a lot when I'm setting multiple links, but won't necessarily work so much for these guys because all your preferences and everything are created and they're done at the end of the night. But on your own system, it will remember those links for you if you work on that particular document. Okay? All right? Okay. So that's links. Links are pretty straightforward. Links are pretty easy. Loving that. It's good stuff. Okay? All right. So let's have a not-so-crash course in images. We're going to start working with images now, and this particular is going to be lesson 9. Let me zoom out a little bit. There we go. And as we zoom out, we're going to have a brief discussion about images and what kind of images we are going to use. Okay? All right? Good. We're going to work on the same document that we have. Okay? We're going to work off of some files that we already have. Okay? We are going to show you a couple things like number 1, how to insert images, okay? How to work with a complementary, I should say complementary program, it's not a bunch of money, it is complementary to images, so I guess that works. But like Photoshop or Fireworks, okay? Brief discussion on the difference between the two. Really aren't much other than the fact that Photoshop is a much better program for creating and making adjustments to images where Fireworks is more in tune with optimizing, making the image better for the web without giving away much of the quality. So we're going to take a quick look at chapter 9 in my book. Let me see your book for just 1 second. I'm pretty sure it's chapter 9 in your book too. The book I have is a couple years old. But this information hasn't necessarily changed. That's why I brought my book in tonight. I did not wish to demolish any more trees by printing them out. Now 9 is working with navigation, so this has got to be 8. It is 8 for you guys. 9 for me, 8 for you. Yeah, okay, that's exactly the same. All right, so it will be chapter 8 for you guys. All right. One of the things we're also going to do is we're going to show you a new program that we're going to use. It's called Bridge. Okay? Bridge is a program that's used, and it's essentially what it is. It's a bridge between your files and Dreamweaver. Okay? That's essentially what it is. So, well, first of all, let's just have a quick little conversation. It doesn't have to be too in-depth about images themselves and the different kinds of images. Everybody understands that essentially we're going to be working with 2 different types of images. We'll have one that's basically considered what we'll call a vector graphic, right? Everybody knows what a vector graphic is, and everybody knows what a raster graphic is, right? Does everybody understand the difference between the two? Okay, here's the easy way to remember. Okay? Vector graphics are based off mathematical equations and lines. Okay? So basically this means, the easiest way to explain it is this. If I have a vector graphic that is this big, okay? It has the exact same file size of a vector graphic that's this big. Okay? All right, everybody understand that? Okay? All right, that's the easiest way to remember. Okay? So basically, because it's made up of mathematical lines and equations, basically what ends up happening is that file size really, I mean, yes, file size matters, but size of it does not. Okay? Whereas if we get into a raster image, okay, and the easiest way to remember a raster image is basically that raster graphics are perfectly square in shape. They're all the same size, and they display only one color at a time. Okay? You take a look at an image such as a picture that you take a picture with your phone or a camera or whatever. Okay? If that picture is, and I'm just using round numbers so we make this nice and easy for everybody. That picture is 100 by 100. Okay? That means I have 100 boxes across the top, and I have 100 boxes down the left side. Everybody understand that? That's 100 by 100. And then I have boxes to fill everything in throughout. Okay? So 100 times 100 is what? 10,000, right? So I've got 10,000 little boxes is really what I have. Okay? Used to be called basically a bitmapped image. And the reason why, and I don't know when it actually changed, it was always easy then. Because when it was a bitmapped image, each individual bit had to be mapped out. This bit goes here, this bit goes there, this bit goes, and so forth and so on, right? Each one of those boxes can only have one color. Everybody understand that? Okay? So if I've got an image that's 100 by 100, I have 10,000 boxes. Each one of those boxes can only have a color. Okay? Everybody understand? All right. So that's what goes into building file size. Because there's a process that takes time for the computer to render what that color is and put it in place. So you understand? So it's like a big jigsaw puzzle. Is really what it is. And the computer goes and says, okay, fine, I found this piece, I found this piece, I found it. And it does that 10,000 times for this image that's 100 by 100. Okay? So that's what takes the time, okay, for that to happen. Now, this varies on a bunch of different things. It varies on what type of file it is, because some files don't need absolute colors, meaning that whatever they, like everybody knows that a JPEG is an actual picture, right? Okay, and then what ends up happening is that it's roughly 16 million different colors, is what they say. Okay, well, we can scale that down to something that may be only 256 colors, right? Then all your particular your seafoam green, your British racing green, or all these different greens become what? Just green. Primary is what it is, the primary colors. Off of that. Okay? So anyway, so that's the difference between a vector and a raster. Okay? We can create vectors, we'll create vectors, you can create vectors in a bunch of different programs. Right? Rasters more aligned are going to be more along given to you, such as regular images. Okay? They're just, as it says, raster images are built of thousands or even millions of pixels that produce the illusion of a photograph. Right? And then they talk about resolution. All the resolution that we use for the web is what? Does anybody know what the resolution is for the web that we use? There's a few different resolutions, but generally we use we try to use a resolution which is called 72 pixels per inch. Okay? 72 ppi. Alright? Now, for any of you, is there anybody in here who's a graphic artist? Alright? Or aspiring graphic artist who's in the graphic artist program? A lot of the stuff that you guys will do whenever you work with print is going to be 300 dpi. It used to be dpi, now they call it ppi, but whatever it is, it's still the same. Whether it's dots per inch or pixels per inch, it doesn't matter. Okay? You use a higher resolution, 300. So as opposed to having, if you take an inch, all right, I'm only going to, if you have an inch square, I'm only going to have 72, right? Where in an art form, we're working something like there'll be 300. There's more, 300 boxes as opposed to 72 boxes means what? Larger file size. Okay, everybody understand that? Correlation there? All right, good. So that's essentially what we're looking for. We work, as it says, basically, 300 ppi. And then we get into basic size, big or little. You want a large image, you want a small image. What kind of image do you want? What do you want to use? Now, I will tell you this. With the speed of everything now, this is becoming less and less important every day. It really is. It used to be you used to seriously count your pixels and make sure that everything was below a specific size. Just for the fact that, you know what? I can't tell you how many times I taught this class, and I had students who were living out in the middle of nowhere who were still at 28.8 or 33.4 or whatever the heck it is, you know? Well below dial-up at 56. Well below. And they just, it's like, go load a web page, come back tomorrow and read it. I mean, seriously, it was not that long ago. But now with the speed becoming faster, wireless and all that, it's just not necessarily that much of an issue. One of the other things that's changing is a lot, too, is the way that we can load the images. We can preload images, we can load images as background, just a lot of different stuff. So I'm not saying it's not important, but it's not as important as it has been. But always keep size in mind. Alright? And then as it says, the color. The color space for the palette. One of the things we used to have to do is we have to use to worry about essentially what we would have for like 200, there's like 200, what is it? 250, I think there's 216 web-safe colors. And those 216 web-safe colors are the colors that look the same no matter where they're shown, or no matter what operating system they're on, or how they're shown. But we don't really necessarily have to use that anymore. But we used to do that a lot also. Now we get into 24-bit color, 8-bit color, and 4-bit color images. Known as it states right here. A 4-bit color space describes up to 16 total colors. Okay? An 8-bit palette offers 256 total colors, or 256 shades of gray. Okay? And then you've got your 24-bit, which is called True Color. Okay? And that system generates 16.7 million colors. It's the gold standard for graphic design and professional printing. Alright? And now they've even got something that's called 32-bit color. Alright? It doesn't offer any additional colors, but it provides an extra 8 bits for an attribute called alpha transparency. Anybody know what alpha transparency is? Alpha transparency enables you to designate parts of graphics as fully or partially transparent, which allows you to create graphics that seem to have rounded corners or curves and eliminate the white bounding box typical of raster graphics. Essentially what that is that you have an image that is 100 by 100. You have a circle that is drawn on that image. That circle is a solid color circle of blue. It does not take up the whole 100 by 100 because, number one, it cannot, right? Because your 100 by 100 has to be a square. So we have to take that circle somehow and get rid of all the corners around the square. Make sense? What we do is we give it an alpha transparency, which basically takes care of all of the white. Because here's something to remember. If you create an image that's 100 by 100, you've created an image that's 100 by 100. My blue circle doesn't fill that. Everywhere that that blue circle is going to be the white or the canvas. Okay? This 32-bit gives us the ability to have what we consider a transparent canvas. So that white is gone. So that blue circle is just all that I see. Okay? Because what happens is you cannot take a square and make it into a circle. You cannot do that. Okay? You need to do blending. You need to have an alpha transparency. You need to merge stuff together for that to happen. Okay? Everybody understand that? Good. Talks about the different types of images. You've got a GIF image, a JPEG image, and a PNG. Those are the 3 images that we use. Each has its own purpose. Each is used for one, some are used for better than others. Alright? GIF was one of the first raster file formats. Maximum 256 colors or 8-bit and 72 DPI. JPEG, which then came out, has a higher resolution. Basically, we'll be able to take something up to, 16 million particular colors. Alright? The higher quality usually means a larger file size, so keep that in mind. And then we have the PNG, which is a portable network graphic, which was developed in 1995 because of the looming dispute involving the GIF format. PNG combines many of the features of GIF and a JPEG, and it has a few of its own. For example, PNG supports unlimited resolution, 32-bit color, and full alpha and index transparency. It also provides lossless compression, which means you can save an image in PNG format and not worry about losing any quality each time you open and save the file. That's good news. It says bad news is, although the format has been around for 10 years, the features such as alpha transparency are not fully supported in older browsers. Yeah, if you're running Netscape 4.7, you're out of luck. I don't know what else to tell you. You know what I mean? I don't know how it works. You know, I mean, everything that you buy, you can't buy a computer now that doesn't have, you know, at least 2 generations back. You know, but yeah, so you got to keep it in mind that it's real. And the worst thing that would happen is there would be the white box that would show up around, and it actually comes out black. I think it's a black box. Don't look at that. Right? So we will use all 3, and we use all 3. Okay? So there you go. So that's a quick little analogy of what we do with images and how we use images. Images are good. Images are really good and a lot of fun. Right? We're going to show you how to put it up a little bit. All right. So one of the great things about images is that we're working in what we call a WYSIWYG editor. Whenever we work in a WYSIWYG editor, that means what? That's true. Also means that wherever our cursor is whatever it is that we want to insert is going to go. Right? Here's what we do. Okay. See where it says Elaine is the president and CEO of Green Star Association. You see where that says that? That first line of text? I would like you to put your cursor at the very beginning where it says Elaine. So we're putting our cursor right here where it says Elaine. Okay, got it? There we go. Now, something that you're going to have to realize is that we've set our set file up to chapter or lesson 4, right? All the files that you're using are going to have to come out of lesson 8. Okay? So we have to designate to lesson 8 to find these files. Here's what I'd like you to do right here. This is cool. Don't worry about it. This is great. I've done this for a reason. Trust me. All right? Here's what I want you to do. I want you to go to File. And I want you to go to Image. I'll go to Insert, sorry. File, Insert, Image. Yep, Insert, Image, and then Image. And then go to Insert, Image, Image. And then this window comes up. This is your window select source image. Everybody have this window up? Awesome. Okay, everybody's good? Awesome. Here's what I want you to do. Okay, first of all, our images are not in this particular. So what we want to do is we want to go to our Kingston. So go to your jump drive. On the left-hand side under Devices. Yep, insert image, image, there you go, excellent, well done. And then here, what we want to do is because we're in lesson 4 and the files aren't there, we've got to go to, scroll down here, yep, scroll down there, yep, you go to your jump drive, there we go. And once you get to your jump drive, go into your lesson files. Ooh, that's right, connecting my mouse, sorry. Go to your lesson files, open up your lesson files. When you open up your lesson files, open up lesson 8. And from your lesson files, when you open up lesson 8, open up images. And in that image folder in lesson 8, you will have a file called Elaine. Yeah, there it is right there. Elaine JPEG. Elaine.jpg. I want you to double click on it, and I want you to select it. Okay? Now, when you select it, a window pops up. What does that window say?
Outside of the root folder.
This file is outside the root folder for Site Chapter 4 and may not be accessible when you publish your site. Your root folder is Kingston lesson_files lesson 4. Would you like to put a copy of it there now? Our answer would be yes. Okay? This is basically just a way of us, Dreamweaver helping you not make a mistake. So we are going to say yes. Click yes. It will save Elaine. Now, when this says copy file, right, save as, copy file as. You can do one of two things. You can put it in your images folder, or you can just save it in the primary directory. It does not matter to me. In a perfect world, you would put it in your images folder. If you do not see your images folder, click on the little arrow on the right-hand side, and that will expand up your box. Okay? So as you click on that downward arrow on the right-hand side, that will expand up your box, and you will be able to see the actual images folder. Click on the images folder, open it up, and then just simply save. And Elaine will then be placed on your document and saved in your images folder. All right? Everybody got it? Awesome. That's great stuff. Absolutely. There we go. We've inserted an image. Very easy to do. Right? Yes.
Mine says it already exists.
Sorry, what?
Mine says it already exists.
Where are you trying to put it? Hit drop down filters. Images. What folder are you working in? Lesson 8. Yeah, we're not. We should be in. Yeah. There you go. All right. Good. Yeah. There you go. Okay. So here we go. All right. So now, a couple of things. First thing first. If you'll notice, the image is in place, and that is awesome. If you notice, the image is in place, and it's right next to the word Elaine, right where we want it. That's awesome, right? Bad news is that it's right next to the word Elaine. Okay? I mean, like right next to it. We would like there to be a little bit of space. The other thing we don't like is that actually we would prefer if the text was actually wrapped around the image. So the image was in place and the text would, wrap or float alongside of the image here. See what I mean? Right? I mean, that would look more professional, would it not? Okay, so how do we do that? What's that? Well, yeah, and there's a couple of different ways that we could do that. One thing I'm going to have to check on really quick here, though, because I don't know if they do this or not. I'm going to check. Select the image for me really quick, everybody, if you would please. Please select your image. You will know that your image is selected because as you take a look at your image, you will see 3 black dots in the bottom right-hand corner. Okay? Can you see these 3 black dots? There you go. You know your image is selected. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Let's go to Window, and let's go to your Properties Inspector. I have to open up my Properties Inspector. Your Properties Inspector might already be open. Okie dokie. Oh, awesome. No, mine is. I don't know if yours is or not. Okay. So let's take a look at your Properties Inspector really quick. Number 1. If you take a look at your Properties Inspector, you can see that there's an ID. You could give this image an ID if you would like. You can take a look at right next to the ID. It says Source. This is the source to where the image is. This is where the image is housed. Housed in this particular image. Elaine is housed in the Images folder. Correct? Okay, now, directly below that, you can see that you've got a link button or a link box. You can put in a link here. This is how you would link an image. You wanted to link Elaine to CNN, then you would type in http://www.cnn.com. That would take the whole image and make every part of that image, anytime somebody clicked on it, to go to CNN. Okay? Right next to that, you can see that we have the word class. Can everybody see the word class? Hit your drop down for me. And when you hit your drop down for your class, you are going to see 2 words that look kind of goofy. One is going to be, I believe it's FLT, LFT, and one is FLT, RT. Is that right? Okay? Those 2 particular words right here are float left, float right. Okay? We will apply these to the image. So, if we want the image to float left, select float left and see what happens. And what happens?
Perfect.
Image floats to the left, text actually kind of moves to the right. Okay? It lines up. Now, I want you to notice one other thing, though. If you take a look at your image now, along with this float, right, there's also something else that comes along. There's spacing that comes along. You see the spacing? Okay? The spacing is actually part of the properties for this particular Float left, float right are nothing more than classes. That's all they are. Two classes, much the same way we made the class profile, much the same way we made the class green, right? They're just classes. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to hit float left. Everybody float your guy left. Text is going to move around. Text is right up next to the image. That looks very professional, looks very good. What I want you to do now is I want you to do this. I want you to go to Window, CSS Designer, and when we open up our CSS Designer, select your first style. Did you drop down there? There you go. And scroll down. Scroll up. Interesting. We'll get you set up with that right now. Okay, all right. So as we do this, you'll notice that if we take a look on our individual first styles, that we have the float left. Everybody click the float left. FLT. There. And the properties will come up. So because we're just reviewing what these are, click the box up in the top for show set. That way we only have to see what the show set is. Okay? And you'll notice that as we take a look at this, we have an individual margin of 8 pixels on the right-hand side, correct? Mine says 8. Does yours say 8? Okay? If you wanted to increase or decrease the distance from the text to the image, you would either increase or decrease this number. All right? Do you have anything on the bottom? Sometimes you might want to, depending on how much text it is, because the text will wrap to the bottom also, right? It will continue on, that you may want to have some sort of a buffer off the bottom. If you do, then you would create the buffer from the bottom here. Now, there's nothing wrong with having a buffer on the bottom, even if there's no text that will wrap to the bottom. Doesn't know, you can see it's not a big deal. So increase the bottom right here and insert an individual margin on the bottom of 5. Okay? So we're going to put a 5 pixel margin on the bottom. Alright? And even though there is no text that's there, we're not going to see it, that's fine. But if there ever is text on the bottom, then there will be space between the image and that text. Alright? Understood? Alright, okay. So that's all we need to do there, so let's just save that. Command S, that's awesome, that's big, that's good stuff, that's good stuff. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay? And there is your individual insert. You inserted your first individual image. Elaine is in place. Alright? Okay. So that's how easy it is to insert an image, even if that image is not already part of your site files. You want to pull something off your desktop. Same process. You know, you just go to insert, image, find the image that you, I don't care where that image comes from. Doesn't matter. It's coming off an external drive somewhere, okay? Wherever that image is coming. If Dreamweaver does not have it, it will make a copy and put that copy in your local files. Anytime Dreamweaver asks you to do this, always say yes. Otherwise, what happens? You go to put this stuff up live, you put your whole folder up, the images aren't there. It's got a link going back to your desktop. It can't access your desktop, and you get that big red X. You know, you've seen those red X's. Oh, that's supposed to be an image, but the image isn't there. That's what the red X is. It's a bad file path to an image that doesn't exist. Okay? So that's what we want to do. Good, 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 good. All right, let's go down to the next individual folder. Or, excuse me, the next individual section. Okay? And let's do the same thing. And let's see if we can find Sweet Sarah. Okay? Alright. Alright, we need to find Sarah. Alright? We've got it off the insert panel. We've done that. That's pretty easy. Right? Not a whole lot of work there. Okay? Process is the same if you're working off of your insert window. Alright, we haven't done a whole lot of work off your objects panel, your insert panel. If you went to File Insert, go to Window Insert, go to Window, Insert. Your Insert panel will open up. Okay? This is your Insert panel right here. You'll notice that you've got different headings. Open up the Common heading. Oh, that kind of. Really? Seriously? Oh, come on. That's not cool. You used to be able to click on the right and the top right-hand side, and it would show you these in color. Like each one of these little icons that you see that are gray, they were colored. They used to have color icons. You used to click right here, and it used to be able to see show if there was something that said show color icons, and you could see them in color. I just like showing them in color because they were cool. All right, not big deal. Sorry. All right, so anyway, we come down here, we go to Image. So from the Insert panel, Image is the same thing. Select Image, it'll bring up our individual image window. There you go. Notice this, sports fans. As you go to Window. Yeah, go to Window. No, you're good. Window. Your Insert panel's already open. Okay, and from here you want to, where it's a structure, you want the Common tab with the drop down, Common right there. Yep. And from your Common tab, you want to insert the individual image. Yep. So from your Insert window here, open it up. There you go. And from your Common, there you go. Image. All right. Oh, okay. Oh, you sprinkle. I got you. Okay, fine. That's all right. Okay, but what I wanted to show you is make sure that you understand that it automatically takes you back to right where you were. Okay, so it took you right back there. So as we went back to insert another image. Now the one that we were looking for was Sarah. We select Sarah. We open Sarah. Once again, same thing happens. This file is outside, and we want to select it. We do. We want to put a copy. Yes, we do. All right. Now it is all ready to set to go into our images folder, save it, and there's Sarah. Okay? So Sarah's in place. So now select Sarah. Let's do the opposite to keep things working even down the page. Let's put Sarah to the right. Okay? So as we select Sarah and go to the right. Oops, sorry, Sarah. Pull up our window properties inspector and let's set the class to float right. And there she is. And now you can see that the text lines up very, very nicely. Looks pretty good. Looks really professional. Okay? All right. Now the next thing that I have to get into is going to take more than 10 minutes. So unfortunately, we are going to hold off right here. Okay? Save this. We will come back next week. We will work on getting through the rest of Chapter 8 of using Adobe Bridge and working with compatible files and working with something that we like to refer to as smart objects. And then we will also work a little bit on building a contact form. All right? Okay, any questions?
Any homework or?
No homework, but take. You're looking at please. Thank you very much. I know. Take a look at chapter 8. I think it's 11. No. Chapter 12. Take a look at chapter 12. Okay? All right. And we will go over that next week.